Hello and welcome to the Barrel Roll Newscast for January 26, 2019. Today we're talking about Oscar nominations, Resident Evil coming to a streaming service near you, and Nintendo has some slightly disappointing news for the Metroid franchise. Stay tuned! Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Barrel Roll Newscast.
Hi.
It's still January 26th. We do this live. We're here to talk about movie and game news from the past week, and other sort of course, nerd news that could be hitting the streets. So,
I don't know if I want to buy that.
I'm still on the fence about that. Oh, that's what else I've been playing. The toy, says Nick. Alright, either way, as I'm trying to fill up my list for this show after this show, let's get to the news. Oscar nominations came out this last week.
Yes.
We knew that certain movies like Black Panther and Avengers 3 were up for a ton of nominations.
Mm-hmm.
Like they put their name into the ring for all sorts of nominations. Black Panther is up for Best Picture.
It's actually up for quite a few awards.
It is.
It is.
It's up for some, and of course it's up for like a lot of the other ones, sound design, that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You're getting a lot of those kind of token. That's where they put those movies a lot of times. So the fact that it's Best Picture is the first time we've gotten a comic book movie into Best Picture nomination category. Yeah.
Wasn't Batman?
No.
One of the Dark
Oh,
Knights,
Dark
one of
Knight
those?
might have
Dark
been.
Knight might
This is
have.
maybe one of the first Marvel ones.
Yeah.
The second Dark Knight.
Yeah. This might have been
The Dark.
because I know
it was
Heath.
called the Dark
I
Knight.
know Heath
Yeah.
Ledger was up for that one. But yeah, this is the first Marvel movie out of the 20-some Marvel movies they've done too.
Yeah.
They haven't attempted to go for it.
No, they haven't, which is it's true. Like they're popcorn flicks.
Yes.
If Black
yes.
Panther wins, I'm legitimately not going to be a happy person. It does not deserve an Oscar. Like it's not a Best Picture
It was groundbreaking.
because it had African American people in it. So did a lot of other movies that are
But the entire cast, other than two guys.
the Tolkien white guys. Either way, it's up for some nominations. Avengers: Infinity War put their name in for I think 14 awards.
Yeah.
They are up for 1. Which honestly, oh what?
I said no, I was here. Asked for it. So.
Oh, thank you.
Which honestly, to me, I looked at because it's up for graphic design and effects, but here's the thing.
Yeah.
Thanos looked amazing.
Yeah.
Then you have Mark Ruffalo's head coming out of Hulkbuster, and it looks
Yeah.
like something we could have done.
Yes.
Legit, like it looks like they held a green screen up in front of Mark Ruffalo and just had him be like, "Yeah, take that," and you're going, or "Now you're in trouble," or whatever the line is,
Yeah.
and you're like,
That looks sketchy.
right. So there's really good, and then there's sketchy animation, like visual effects.
Yeah.
And then I look, and like Christopher Robin's up for an award. Well, legit, that movie looks like Winnie the Pooh is a stuffed animal walking through the woods, and I'm going,
Well, but it's the way they did it.
but that's the trick. But that's the piece is like if you're going to win an award for best visuals, it should look good consistently. Again, Thanos is a marvel. He is like,
Ba-dum-bum.
but he is like it's a visual effects marvel at
Yeah.
the fact that they can get giant purple guy to look like he
Yeah.
belongs.
Like if I didn't
Yeah.
know like about CGI and I walked in the theater, I'd be like, "Oh, they got a giant
Like
purple guy."
if I took my grandmother who's 90
Exactly,
to see
yeah.
that film, she'd go, "How did they get this giant
Why
purple
did,
man
why did
onto
they
the-"
paint a guy purple?
Right. And how did they make him so tall?
How
like,
is he so big?
Well, there are some people that would be.
well, but
that.
really, she would. She would be, but then you'd see Mark Ruffalo's head, and she'd be like, "Well, why does that look so silly?"
Yeah.
So that's my thing is, you have a movie like Christopher Robin, which, I enjoyed Christopher Robin, but if the visual effects are consistent through the movie,
It's almost
whereas
better than
it's better than having one amazing or like a lot of amazing visual effects. Let's face it, most of the Avengers movie is visual effects.
Yeah,
Right.
But every once in a while, you get those weird kind of pops, and we ignore them because you go, okay, the rest of the movie's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're allowed to have some baby mistakes or some baby little flaws here and there. So it's just like, okay. So do they win off Thanos?
Well, not just Thanos though. You had all the other. You had the villain.
I get
the-
that.
yeah.
The Ebony
Black
like
Order or
the
whatever.
Black Order, yeah. You
All
have
the
all
different
of them.
planets and.
I get that. There's so much going on. So it's like, do you? But essentially, like, do you win for Thanos,
Or he'll snap you away.
or do you actually go for movies that went for, or do you go for something because Solo's up? Well, they used a lot of practical effects and
Yes.
sets and that
Yeah.
kind of stuff. Like, because Solo, I think that's one of the Solo's up
Solo
for.
for
Solo,
yeah.
visual effects.
Again,
It's
is it Disney just owning the visual effects
pretty
department?
much, yeah. Hi, I am Fury,
Furry.
2019. Furry, sorry. Can't read today. Can't read yesterday.
Well, it's
I'm still tired. It's. I know it changed. The chat
Yeah.
changed.
I'm confused.
Do you want it over there?
I don't know.
Where do you here?
No, it's see-through.
Oh yeah. That's so we can play games and have the chat so we can see it.
Okay.
Because otherwise we
I'm
completely
confused.
ignore people talking to us and we're horrible.
Yeah.
We're horrible, horrible people. Either way, that's up. None of the cast, I believe, from Black Panther got nominated.
Probably not.
So no best actors over there. Melissa McCarthy, she's up for 2 Razzies, which is the opposite to an
Oh
Oscar.
yes, but that's.
And also up for a...
Oh,
Hey, thanks
hey,
for the
thank
follow.
Hey you.
Move my head so you can see.
You're good. It's yeah. Okay. You don't need to
Yeah.
see the following. It just
Just
says
like-
following. The name is the important part. But Melissa McCarthy's also up for an Oscar for a movie I've never heard of, and I think that's my biggest thing.
So for the same movie, she's getting
No,
a Razzie? Yeah.
that's only happened like
That's very confusing.
that's only happened once.
That's very confusing.
That's my problem. I think with the Oscars though, is I was looking at the Best Pictures noms, and I used to know 75% of them. Like you'd look at the list and
Yeah.
go, okay.
Well, they've expanded the list.
They have.
I
They've
don't
made
know.
it bigger. But now you know, like, I know, like, 3 of the movies, and the
Yeah.
rest of them are really Oscar bait movies where it's, you know, this is going to be,
Yeah.
you know, oh, the Oscar people are going to like this. We're going to release it in just enough theaters that we can get it nominated.
Yeah.
And no one's going to know about it until it wins Oscars, and then
everything
we'll
will
push it
sell.
out.
Yeah.
And I just sit there going, no wonder no one watches this show. So now they don't have a host.
No. Nope.
Are they going no host?
They have no one. No one wants it.
Yeah.
They want Kevin Hart. Everyone wants Kevin Hart to come back.
Yeah.
But they won't let them. Or let him.
Oh, they said he's more than welcome to come back
They said
if
no.
he asks for the job back. Well, why is he going to ask for the job back?
Yeah.
You're a horrible person and you're fired. Never come back unless you really want to. Then by all means.
By all means.
And then you might.
Yeah. So that's kind of off and away. So they have no host. Apparently now they're not the musical numbers they're doing for like all the best songs.
Yeah.
Apparently they're not doing the performances or something like that this year.
Oh,
Or they're
really?
getting just random people to come sing them.
Okay.
Oh.
So again, like Mary Poppins is up for like one of their songs is
Yeah.
up for
They should just bring in
Emily Blunt.
to
That's
sing.
that is exactly what
Maybe she
everybody.
can't sing live though.
She can. She's done it. I've seen her do it. She did it on a talk show. Never mind like on an actual stage with sound.
Uh-huh.
So it's just like, and it's so yeah, everybody's like, you know, bring Emily Blunt in. Only thing is, they didn't nominate her for Best Actress.
So
Ah.
So they're scared to get her onto the, you know.
she sings a song. though.
Correct.
That's.
I don't understand.
She would still go up if they
I
won
feel
the
like
music.
the guys running the Oscars are legit, you know, monkeys at
Yeah.
typewriters, and it's like, this'll work.
Very sophisticated.
Very sophisticated monkeys. Yes, sophisticated monkeys. But yeah, like I don't know, and then they wonder why no one watches
Yeah.
the Oscars. I was actually really angry that Emily Blunt was not up for Mary Poppins or The Quiet
Well,
Place.
that's because you love that movie.
I do love that movie, but again,
Not everybody loved that movie.
but she was always like, if you read any of the reviews, she was the part that always crushed it. Like everybody can agree, Emily Blunt did a good job.
Great job.
I've heard from a coworker that's not a good movie.
Yeah, well, they clearly don't understand childhood.
No, they watched the old one.
So?
And they're more of a fan of the older one than
Yeah, but again, that's one of those things you can't go into going like, if this isn't as good as the old one, I'm gonna be mad, because.
How many years later? How different is?
Well, and again, it's not like the new one ruins the old one.
No.
Well, it's fine because she said that, and I made the comment. Oh, that's the second movie that I've heard is good, and you just said it's bad.
But and again, that's the thing with taste. I always laugh.
Christopher Robin. She didn't like Christopher Robin either.
Because she doesn't again like childhood.
No, it's because she likes the older stuff.
So she doesn't like childhood. That's the
Christopher Robin was a great movie.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's what I'm saying. It's like, I've seen it now. Twice.
I love Christopher. Again,
Yeah.
I'm not Christopher Robin, Mary Poppins. They do not get Best Pictures for me, but they do deserve nominations in certain aspects of things. Again, I'm not giving Ewan McGregor Best, actor in a movie for Christopher Robin.
No, you give Winnie the Pooh.
You know what? Like in all honesty, Jim Cummings should win an award
Or Best Supporting.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but like that's I don't know. Christopher Robin was good. Mary Poppins was good. Mary Poppins is only up for I think 4 awards.
You say like it's a bad thing.
Well, because it deserves. There's choreography involved.
There is a lot
There's-
throughout the year that comes out.
I know.
We don't acknowledge because that's not our type of movie.
And again, there's a lot that that's my problem with the Oscars though is it's not that they. If there's movies up there and I go, oh, I've seen the trailer for that, yeah, it's definitely one of those like
I don't know.
Oscar
Yeah.
movies.
I don't know about First Man, but I know that probably up for something.
Not as much as they thought it would because he got snubbed.
The Green Book or whatever
Yes.
is another big one.
But that's the thing is like there's movies and again First Man I know if it's up on the list I'm like okay cool.
Yeah.
It's when these other ones are all of a sudden there's 8 movies in the Best Picture category and I go
I've heard of this one, but these ones.
I know this one like even if I've only seen one of them I know the other ones and I go okay that's a movie I'll watch on
Yeah.
Blu-ray, that's a movie I'll watch when it comes out.
Yeah.
That's a movie I know about but I'm never going to see because it's not my taste, but at least I know it.
You gotta
Yeah.
expand your
But it's not that I
horizon.
it's not even that. It's they don't let you expand it because to become nominated for an Oscar, you just have to play in like 3 or 4 specific theaters in California, and you can be nominated. So that's what half of those movies do. And it used to be the trick of you'd get 3 movies nominated,
Yeah.
and that people didn't really know about,
Mm-hmm.
and that was the trick. Yeah, Black Panther was a stellar flick. Again, it's not a best. It's not an Oscar-winning movie.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, it got such praise for.
It did, which is why they nominated it. Because now people are going to watch going like, is Black Panther going to win? Spoilers, it won't.
You don't know that.
I do. I know the Oscars. And unless they're really trying to like get people to watch.
Yeah.
And that's the problem, again, is
You get the Avengers to come up and do the awards. Who's going to win this? And then you say Black Panther. You say, hey, you're right here.
and then you pull then you what, moonlight them or whatever it was? And
Oh,
no, sorry, it's the wrong movie.
Sorry.
Yeah. Would all the African American people please sit down? We're going to give it to a bunch of white people.
No, because
It happened the opposite way the last time.
That's
They made
true.
the white people sit down.
it's true.
But that's what I mean. Like the Oscars, to me, the award shows you do. It's a buy-in thing now.
Mhm.
Like Leonardo DiCaprio wants to win, he's got to go to this person's house's like her sweet 16th birthday party because this guy has a vote on the Academy. Like,
Bribery.
It's bribery.
Bribery.
Like there's a part where networking is important, but when it comes to awards, it should not be this like, oh
Although
hey,
he-
would you like a Ferrari?
He
Vote.
He has gotten snubbed so many times though before he won.
Because he wouldn't do any of the
He-
gift
he
basket
should've won.
things, and
Mm.
he should have. And that's
Yeah.
my problem with the awards is there's movies that should be nominated, there's movies that should win,
Yeah.
and they don't because someone else pretty much started paying everybody off to win these things.
Yeah.
Like at this point, Black Panther made it in not because Disney was
because
like.
Kevin Feige came over and
Yeah, and started like pushing stuff and sent Chadwick Boseman to all these things. Like,
yeah.
it's like you go to this kid's birthday party and you go to this person's like,
Go to every birthday.
you have to go to this kid's soccer game and you have to go to this person's
until we win.
retirement
We're going
party.
to everyone.
Still,
Yeah.
yeah.
But that's the thing is like it's not like Disney's doing that. They're like, oh, we got nominated, cool. Like, we'll throw our hat in the ring for this one because it did get so much praise.
Like I don't know if you do Black Panther, Infinity War should have been up there too.
Correct,
Mhm.
because yes. The only thing I really want to watch for at this point, because the only category where I'm like, okay, it's going to be kind of an interesting race, is Best Animated, because
Spider-Verse.
Spider-Verse, Incredibles
2.
Spider-Verse is going to win.
And Wreck-It Ralph.
I haven't seen it, but Spider-Verse is probably going to win.
If it's based on solely animation, Spider-Verse wins.
Yeah. And apparently the story was great.
It was, except for one.
I know.
But, you know, like, in all honesty, it's out of those three and the other two movies no one cares about because...
Isle of Dogs and Mirai?
No, I don't know how to pronounce it.
I don't know. I don't even... good for you on even knowing...
No, I just looked it up.
He's cheating.
I mean, though I thank you.
Cheater. But yeah, like Spider-Verse, the animation's gorgeous. It's a well-told movie.
Yeah.
Like, even though I don't like parts of it, it works.
Well, just think like Incredibles 2.
I didn't know.
It was the same. Well, no, it was the same animation as it was before. A little more polished.
It's polished.
Yeah.
But same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Wreck-It Ralph.
Yes.
I haven't seen Wreck-It Ralph.
Wreck-It Ralph was okay.
It
was a big advertisement for the internet. Yes, I know what a
Yes.
furry is.
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, so Wreck-It Ralph, it was cute. It was a good, like the first movie we got a good story with the video games surrounding it. This time we got the internet surrounding a story. And again,
what it advertised.
Google, Pinterest, like it's legit. Like, oh, we're gonna go on a trip to the internet, and you're gonna see us.
So you can't go any bigger now.
Well, you're gonna see us animate the internet, and you're like,
Oh,
okay. No, if they do another movie,
Okay,
another
go
Wreck-It
bigger.
Ralph movie, they're back in the arcade.
Well, you're downgrading it though.
But that's the only place to go. In all honesty, Wreck-It Ralph, its biggest problem was flipping back to the arcade. Because every once in a while, once they hit the internet, they pop back to show you what like Felix and the Sergeant were up to, and you're like, I get you're trying to keep those characters relevant in this universe, but they did not head to the internet with Ralph and Vanellope.
Not yet.
We don't care that, we don't really care what's going on back here because we know how much time these guys have on the internet to get their job. I just loved that movie for the fact that, like they go to eBay and it's a bunch of people like at little mini auctions and you have the little like profile people. Like the avatars of actual human beings, like walking around, like like you're going. That's cute because again, if you animated the internet, that's what it looks like.
That's what it would look like.
Except it's moving 8 billion times faster because they get into vehicles and it's like heading towards this place, and so they're going through actual streets and cars, and it's like. If my internet moved
but you
that
don't know
slow.
how fast.
And that's the shtick, is essentially you have to go, okay, so this movie takes time, like, the span of this movie is actually...
It's like reboot.
Smaller.
Yeah, it's exactly. It's like reboot. If my program took that long to get something done, hold on, I just got to go across the city.
And every time you beat a game,
yeah,
your computer
it just dies.
Part of your motherboard just...
Uh-oh. Oops.
Never beat a game
Or
ever.
the video card. and a really, like...
You just have little puffs of smoke coming out of your computer every time you beat a game. It's like...
That's not right.
Who designed this?
Like, great thought process for a show. But yeah, if you think you go, like, too real with it, and it's like...
I'm destroying my
computer every time I win. Only if you win.
Only if you win, I guess.
Well, the person that owned that computer...
That's why I never finish video games.
I never try and win.
Mm-mm.
Don't want my sprites to die.
That person that went into there, though, probably sucked.
Every time. Oh, yeah.
He lost every game.
Well, Bob was a pretty good guardian.
Yeah.
They finally won one.
I know.
It's a fighting game.
And then we got a really good show.
Yeah, then it got really serious.
That's one of those, like, switches to a season where I'm like...
Yeah.
They lost, and you're going, okay, now they're going to be lost in the internet, and all of a sudden Enzo comes out, like... And it's like...
It went from a TV... Sorry, we're totally off topic.
That's fine, that's what we
went
do.
from, like, a TV series of where each episode was independent to, like, a...
Serialized show.
Serial show.
They crushed it.
We want to get back home.
Yeah.
We got to ride this game.
Yeah.
Which makes no sense either. They must have been online.
They were, well, sort of, yeah. And that's the biggest part. Like, that's when they wanted to reboot. It's like, oh my god, the things they can do now that there's online gaming and this, and
Yes.
MMOs, and
Well,
like,
but if they're jumping games,
yeah.
That means that the
There was an
they're
online
playing
aspect to it, yeah.
Could
Yeah.
jump to different.
Destroying
And
other
hope
people's computers.
that person played.
But just, like, the thought process of rebooting that show and the way they've screwed that up,
Yeah.
legitimately go back to the old show. The computers got an upgrade. Like, everybody looks amazing because, you know, a new graphics card got installed or whatever it happens to be. But it's the same people, new computers,
Yeah. Why not?
brand new games, and again, MMOs. And, like, how do you handle an MMO in that vein of, like, you know, that thing, the game portal comes down, what happens to these guys? Is it the fact that they are traveling online to do stuff now? To, like, save the internet as opposed to save just
This one computer.
their one computer?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like, that's... it's like, the possibilities. And then the show we got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huge missed opportunity.
We're humans that go into a... No. The human was the bad guy in Reboot.
Yeah. Humans never go in.
No, they weren't.
They were
the neutral party.
Okay, I'll... Yes. So can we call them a neutral antagonist?
Yes. Yeah, I guess.
They were working against the heroes.
They were in a way... And
But they didn't know
They
were
didn't know
working.
they were.
No.
They didn't know they
They were an antagonist. It's like sometimes when they choose, like, the weather as an antagonist.
Yes.
In a movie. It's like...
It's an omnipresent antagonist.
Yeah,
It's not.
yeah.
Megabyte's still your antagonist.
Yeah.
yeah,
That's
your main...
still-
Yeah.
Either
Your
way.
Viruses. Anyways.
Let's move on. Speaking of shows getting, like, or Netflix doing shows and that kind of stuff,
Yes.
we're getting a new show from Netflix, apparently.
Super excited
boy.
for this.
I
don't know.
honestly
If they do
don't.
it well.
If they
do it
follow closer to the source material.
Yes.
We're getting a Resident Evil show from Netflix. Apparently, allegedly, this is all still
I assume
kind
it's
of
going to be
speculation.
animated.
Ooh.
Well, the only reason why I say this is because you look at Castlevania. I'm like,
Castlevania
hey,
got animated.
Yeah.
I was hoping
Devil
it would be.
Devil May Cry's getting an animated show.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe we're getting.
You
an
could do
animated show.
better work with. You can go set it more in that
Yeah.
universe when it is animated.
Yeah.
Yes.
The Castlevania
Because
show
if you do it
was-
live
was
action,
pretty
you get
good.
what we've seen.
Right,
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Like the Resident Evil movies again, but fun popcorn flicks. The first one, at least, kind of, it's like, oh, Raccoon City, this, that,
Yeah.
this. And then they tried doing Nemesis. Like they tried doing Resident Evil 3
Yeah.
or 2.
Yeah.
Like they kind of did the city one, and then Jill was there, and you're like, oh, this is
But then
getting...
you follow.
But then you follow Mila Jovovich's character,
Yeah.
Alice.
Alice, yes. I
Yes,
think her name's
Yeah.
Alice.
but she's never in.
No, she's not in the games.
at all.
No, ever.
So it could be cool if they do. They do like a Chris Redfield kind of. You follow him, you follow Jill, you
Follow Leon.
Yeah,
I like
but
Leon.
like
I'd rather follow. Wow.
everybody would rather follow Leon because everybody fell in love with the game at 4. Legit.
Two.
I know, but they really fell in love with Leon at 4,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
and then that ruined the series for 2
Because
games.
they made it all like that one.
Well, yeah, it's like action. You want an action game, and it's like, we would like a horror
Horror
game,
game.
please.
4 was a horror.
It was horror action,
Yeah.
but
And
then
they
they took
started
that
going
control
more
scheme,
action.
that control scheme
And then
of like,
5 was Chris Redfield and in
Yeah.
Africa.
fighting the
And
Africans.
then 6
stuff.
was Chris versus Leon versus.
It was everybody. They were just
There's like 4 different stories
yeah,
going.
It's like
Yeah.
episodic stories.
Whatever the main guy, bad guy's son,
Yes,
Yeah.
Wester's.
kid.
Yeah, and then you get 7, which went back to scaring the poop out of me.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I still need to play that one.
Oh, dude.
My brother has tried to play it on VR, and he said
Oh.
he's like, nope,
I would not.
No,
I'm done.
Legit. Like I was playing that one, and you're going, because there's VR support, and the amount of times I'm sitting here, like keyboard and mouse and the whole 9 yards, and going like, nope, 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 nope. I could not imagine having like something strapped to my head, not being able to like,
jump or back.
or just like take
Like, take a break.
2 seconds
Almost
to just like,
yeah.
shh.
Because you can't have that time to react. It's
No, like legit in
Someone
VR.
jumping
Like
out
in
at
VR,
you.
you can pause and just be like. But even here, it's like you can press escape. You can kind of just
Look at some happy,
look at this lovely wall.
it'd be,
we have.
I think it'd be a super interesting game.
It'd be crazy
on
good in
that.
VR.
Oh
'Cause
yeah.
it's exactly
I just
what you
need-
want out of VR.
I legit need like a support person next to me though.
no,
or
I don't want that
if-
person.
No,
there.
no. a support person, not a jerk.
not.
Legit, someone who, when you start freaking out, is like,
Hey, you're in the real world.
No, do not touch. Ripping the helmet.
Hey there.
Bad touch.
Hey, there's water. Spit bottle.
No, but like legit, someone who's there to like rip off the helmet if you have that
A panic attack.
Because it's panic-inducing even on a screen. I could not imagine having to like.
Well, yeah,
I cannot get out.
They took turns
As you run into a wall.
He's like, I know something's there.
Sure.
Like he's describing it to me. He's like on the video. He's like, I know something's there. I don't want to move. So he goes into a room and just.
The best one was I watched a guy online and they're walking and they're like trying doors and trying this and they're like, where am I supposed to go? And then you hear this like. And they turn around and this door is slightly ajar now, and they're like, "Aww." Then they open it, and it's stairs going down into blackness. And they're like,
"Damn it! Why did I help?"
Like,
I don't want to do this.
It really is. It's this panic of like, I know what's going to happen.
I am not gonna like this.
I am not going to enjoy what is about to happen to me. And that's the feeling. At least on a screen, you can go like, okay, I can, and if something does happen, I can freak out. I can run from this thing. This guy starts walking down the stairs, and you see the eyes open.
Oh,
and the guy turns and is like, nope, and turns around, and the thing's like right there, and it's just like, ah!
You fall over.
Yeah, pretty much. You're sitting in your room, like on the floor, like.
Make sure you have nothing around you so you can smack your head.
That's my problem. I couldn't VR anywhere in my house. I don't have room.
I could move stuff.
Well, that's the problem.
Have a giant area.
Every time I had to VR, it's like move the couch, move this.
Only for that game.
Yeah,
because I feel like I would fall back into
put some mattresses down on the floor
in case you fall.
No, because those would trip me.
Well, you stand on the mattress.
No,
always soft things all around you.
So you pretty much want like a solitary confinement.
You know what? A padded room would be the best.
No, because you would have multiple mattresses, and if your foot gets trapped in between it, then you're freaking out even more. Like, what the hell?
It's got my foot!
You need a
40 experience. Spray bottle. The guy
that's a support person.
Watching the screen.
Stop it!
They've got all this like stuff next to them. It's like, oh, it's windy.
Oh, there's fire!
Light a match. Either way, yeah, I think an animated route.
I think that's the way.
I think that would be.
It's cheaper.
In the long run, yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is.
Once again, because you have to have zombies and you have to have all the
prosthetics.
Yeah, that's true.
And then you have the bigger stuff.
Like I said, Tony posted this one to the Discord.
Yeah.
And I'm like, another show where I can fall asleep to halfway through the first episode.
I hope it's not like Walking Dead. I hope it's.
They can't. If they go Walking Dead, they're screwed.
Yeah,
no, that's why I hope they go closer to the source.
Yes,
yeah.
I agree.
I'm with you.
I agree.
If you have multiple shows, like one episode follows Chris,
or that,
and then one episode follows Leon, and eventually how do they tie together?
Yes.
And then you go Ada and.
Sure, I mean, there's so many characters. You can go
Jill.
Claire Redfield. You can go. There's so many people you can go with.
Have team up episodes.
Sure. So yeah, Resident Evil, Netflix.
Cool.
Probably won't. It depends on what they do.
Yeah, I need to see more.
Yeah. With that, moving on to the last bit of news. It's been not a slow news week, but not a bunch of big things. Yeah. Metroid. So Nintendo released a 3-minute video the other day.
Yeah.
One of the lead game designers and people for Nintendo came out and was like, Metroid Prime 4, and everybody kind of was like, ooh! And he's like, hasn't been going the way they wanted it to.
Yes.
They need underwater levels.
They made underwater levels, as we discussed yesterday, because underwater levels make everything better, and the whole game is underwater. That's what we're speculating.
Yes.
With Metroid Prime 4, it wasn't going the way they wanted it to, so they haven't canceled it, but they've moved the development of the show back to Retro Studios, who originally, the game, the game development to Retro Studios where it came from in the first place.
Yeah,
they've gone back to Retro, going like, fix game, please.
And they're pretty much restarting from scratch.
That's what he said. They're starting almost from zero. So. It's gonna be a while till we get this game.
It's not coming out this year.
And that's one of those dangers and why Nintendo actually stepped away from announcing games like that.
Yeah.
Of like,
well, it's any game though.
Well, but Nintendo has really shied away from announcing a game until they have
Concrete
like it's 3/4 of the way done.
Yeah.
Metroid Prime 4, they were legit starting development, and they're like, we're doing Metroid Prime 4.
Yeah.
So you're just setting yourself up essentially at that point to be like, this is going to be one of those games we're never going to see, because
But I'm glad they still released that kind of statement.
it was a
They
nice
did.
statement.
It was very...
It was good to just get out there. And again, people are going, thanks, Nintendo, for not just being like, well, we've made a game, it's not that good, but we've done it, and you're getting it anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they had to
Thanks.
do that for Breath of the Wild as well.
Well, no, Breath of the Wild they delayed so they could release it
for the Switch. That's what it was, right.
They delayed it once, maybe for quality control, and then they delayed it again so that they could release it on the Switch at the same time as the
Wii U, right.
So yeah, that one was less of a like quality control thing and more of a like, if we release it for the Wii U,
Might as well.
no one's gonna buy it for the Switch 2 months or 6 months later.
Yeah.
I did.
I didn't like it enough to.
I still haven't bought it.
It was still a good game.
It was a good game.
Well,
it was
that's
just
because I played Horizon around the same time.
Yeah,
Yes.
I remember that.
Want to.
like I said, I preferred Horizon.
Which I still haven't beat yet because
I've
it's
neither
so
have I.
massive.
But it is. I prefer.
Get on it.
I prefer
I
Horizon.
might have to
to
start all over again to figure out what I'm doing.
No, it doesn't take long to figure that out.
That's true.
Yeah, that game's not that bad for
It's
that.
a good
kind of
game.
stuff.
It's
Yeah.
not super complicated.
No.
Yeah. So yeah, it's been delayed, and it is. It's one of those things where
No set date on it.
no,
No.
they're legit. They've gone. We've screwed up. We've gone back to the original development studio.
Yeah. Retro Studios.
Retro Studios, who was busy when they first announced it, which is why they. So obviously, whatever game they've been working on is done or
Done.
almost finished.
Yeah,
so
what
they
are
can.
they?
We don't know. It's an
Oh yeah, I
unannounced
guess
game.
an unannounced game.
Everybody thinks it's that Star Fox racing game.
Woohoo!
Legitimately, that's the game I am least excited for if it is a actual like nope.
Mhm.
Nick out. It's like they released Kirby Air Ride, I remember ages ago, and it's like, oh, new Kirby game, and it's like, it's a
Yeah.
racing game, and I'm like,
Nope.
but I have Mario Kart
But this is Kirby.
on a star
Yes.
that I can't control.
You don't fight. You don't play as Kirby in Mario Kart.
No, but he would make an excellent character.
That's why they had to make him Kirby one.
Yeah, but they put Link in Mario Kart now. Mario
Well,
Kart
now
is...
they can.
Yeah, Mario Kart.
yeah.
The Mario Kart they should just rebrand as like Smash Kart.
Smash.
Yeah.
Just rebrand everything that it is. Smash Party. Smash Bros Party. But yeah, so it is nice that we got this video. We don't have a firm date because they're legitimately starting from
Probably next year.
Yeah.
round one. Like, I don't know if the story didn't go well. I don't know if the gameplay was just off. Like, it's tough to tell
Yeah.
what they
What
didn't
went
say.
wrong? They didn't say. Yeah.
Well,
They
they
just
won't
said,
say it.
no. And some people are, it's like, well, it'd be nice if we got backstory for this. And it's like, no. Because
We don't have to.
we don't need to know what went wrong.
Yeah.
Because then when it comes out, you're going to be.
Oh, you're
nitpicking
looking at that
part.
super hard. Like if it was
Yeah.
like, oh, we were working
What
on
could have been?
In my mind, it wasn't the story because that doesn't
I don't
involve a
think
new
it's the story.
development studio.
No.
I feel like it was the look, the feel, the
Probably the game
all of that
mechanics.
over- the game
Game
mechanic
mechanics,
pieces of it
yeah.
all. So, go back to the people that did it.
Yeah.
Get her done.
Yeah.
Do it well. I'd rather again have a good game than a not so good game. And we have enough games coming out this year. It's not like I'm like, oh no, not Metroid Prime.
yeah.
That was not on my list for anything.
We did, yeah.
For the
I
past
am
cast.
surprised that they didn't bring someone from Retro initially, like just to have some sort of
They might have
quality control.
contacted them, but
Maybe.
again, Retro is working on something else. So I
Yeah.
mean, if Retro's a studio that's this big, it's all hands on deck, and you're hoping. People online, of course, are Retro Studios isn't the same people that made the original games. So
Yeah.
so some person did come up with the lovely list of people who are still working there from the other Prime games.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's mostly Prime 2,
Yeah.
Prime 3,
Yeah.
but
And they're still a subsidiary of Nintendo.
Yeah.
So
they're like the
Nintendo
second
is,
party.
Yeah, Nintendo is the parent company.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's not like Nintendo went like, you're making games for us, and they're like, no,
No.
We don't want to.
we don't want to do this, Nintendo. You guys are stupid. We don't want to make your games. We don't want to make money anymore.
No. Who does?
We hate money.
We hate money. We hate making video games. I don't know why we got into this business at all. I wanted to be a cook.
Just like a real
I want to be
teenager.
a baker.
Yeah, like really, I it's one of those things. So.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. What do we...
I don't know. I was checking what the dog was eating.
A bone.
I see that. I like Red Dead 2. I don't think anybody at this table has played Red Dead yet.
We haven't
I
yet.
have no time.
I'm waiting for it to go on sale.
That too.
'Cause
Not the special editions.
Yeah,
The regular.
I have subsequently now waited long enough that the initial release hype's over.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, okay, that's passed. So now when I see it on sale, it'll be like,
that
that
game,
game.
I should
have
play
memory
this.
on your PlayStations?
No,
So how you getting that 100 gig game?
I have to I have to beat some other games first.
Horizon?
Yeah, I should probably beat Horizon.
We should do that
Yeah, we should.
together.
Together.
Brian, where are you?
What choice did you make on Talk?
Hey, we've learned how to play single player games.
Let's go up. And it's going pretty well. I like
So
it.
far,
I like it.
The Sims is pretty basic and easy though. So I mean,
Not a Horizon.
yeah. Okay, Brian. Left, right, left, foot, right
And
foot.
shoot.
Yeah. Aim.
Wait for it.
Eh.
Wait for it. Wait
2
for
degrees up. 2 degrees up.
it. You waited too long.
Oh no! Red Dead looks like a gorgeous game.
It
It looks like a
does.
fantastic game. There are so many good games out, and I mean, it's a good problem to have as a gamer is too much good.
I miss a good Western.
Well, it's because no one makes it. It's the same as pirate games.
Yeah.
There's not enough of them,
Tales of Monkey Island.
and
Not really a
it's not
truly.
really a pirate game.
They are pirates.
I get it. It's not.
It's
A,
just more of a story game.
I'm on a ship in Odyssey. Does that count?
no.
No.
There are pirates around. There are pirate ships.
Yes, that's true.
So,
Space pirates.
no.
Let's be space pirates.
You can. There's a lot of games for space, but I don't want
What was that?
space. I want.
Ocean.
Yeah.
I want like
Go
water.
back and play Black Flag then.
Legit, it was a good pirate game.
I want like a survival co-op pirate game.
Because that's all we ever do. We could play the raft.
Do you gotta be a pirate in that game?
No, but you can build a boat. We could
Oh.
pretend.
Turn your Subnautica into a pirate.
Well, there's no one else to.
There's
You
no
don't know
co-op
that.
in.
I do know there's no one else. I've seen the
Yet.
entire. Well, there are other people. They're just not on the island, or they're not on the planet.
They're all.
Dead.
Well, all the people on the planet are
I'm not
dead.
gonna play the
Before
game.
this.
There's other people.
Aliens?
No. You crash land from a spaceship. There's legitimately still people like.
Somewhere else in the
Yeah.
universe.
It's not like everybody was on that ship and it's like, snap.
Humanity's done.
Yeah.
Aliens.
You're the last. Really, if you're the last human, it's like, why am I even like? Other than that need for survival, it's like, because again, Subnautica I think is a really good game because you do go from must survive on an alien planet hoping to get rescued to I have to find a way off this planet to get
On
back
my
to
own.
humanity. Yeah.
Black Ops 4 we have not played either. Well, I haven't.
No. I've watched it, but I haven't played it.
Yeah.
The only first-person shooter I play involves droids and stormtroopers.
It's if you want it first person.
Yeah. What if you
That's-
want a third person?
That's true. I usually play it in third person too.
So then you can't say
I play
that's a
first
first person
person.
shooter.
It is a first-person shooter. I just don't play it that
So
way.
then it's not a first person shooter to you.
That's true. So I haven't played a first-person shooter in a long while.
Yeah.
If you keep
Overwatch.
chewing the bone against the pole, you can't have it.
I guess Overwatch is the last first person
I guess so.
shooter
Yeah.
we've played.
If you want to know more about the games we play, you can tune into the post-credit show, which I guess
I'm pretty boring to it.
we'll jump into, and
Well, we'll see. We'll give it.
we'll give it a little bit more extra time. Usually we give about 5 minutes between the post-credit shows.
Might be a little longer.
Probably somewhere in about we'll say 20 minutes.
Sure.
Sure.
We'll start the post-credit show, where we will talk about games we played, movies we watched, and other sort of nerd stuff we have done.
Yes.
So,
So,
With that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. Check us out at barrelrollnews.com. Like and subscribe, and the best thing you can do, of course, is share with your friends. Tell them about us. Tell them to watch us. Again, tell them, hey, come check them out in 20 minutes. Ish, because they're going to talk about some great stuff on the post-credit show. So thanks for watching, everybody.
Bye.
Stay tuned.
Bye.